Now, when we talk about patterns, we're going to use something called a pattern language. And a pattern language begins at a very high level by recognizing that there are certain categories or classifications of patterns themselves. And then we give a name to each pattern. So for example, here we have a list of named design patterns, all of which sort of fall into this classification or category of creational patterns. Now, creational patterns happen to be focused primarily on how to instantiate objects at runtime. And the circumstances for how we do that are definitely different depending on what problem we're trying to solve. Each one of these patterns focuses on a different scenario and introduces a template for how you might want to solve for that particular scenario in your code. A list of classifications is here on the right, and you can see that this is a fairly long list, and certainly this list that we have here is not exhaustive. It's not complete because the general body of knowledge around software design patterns is growing all the time. And there are various aspects of software design patterns, such as object-oriented design patterns. There are patterns for functional programming. There are patterns for parallel programming. And what that means is that the design pattern library itself may be in constant growth, hopefully for a long time to come, as the software development craft matures and we find more and more classifications for software patterns and software patterns themselves.